Hey YouTube world, it has been a moment since my last video. Been busy with work and haven't been making videos, obviously. I'm gonna do a real short one here just to say hello and what we've been up to and kind of what's happening over the next couple months and what we're gonna do video wise, and yeah. Took the old Exploder in for its yearly safety inspection, and they flagged a few items. Did a rack end in the front on the steering on the right, and the ball joint on that wheel. I didn't do a video on that because there's probably 1,000 videos on doing ball joints on Fords. Super easy, just takes some time. Got to take everything apart, of course. The other thing they flagged on was the rear of these got this independent suspension, and this bottom joint here, that guy, there's like a sway, it's kind of like a sway bar joint. It looks like that. They flagged that being bad, so it actually come out real easy. You don't got to take anything apart. That bolt on the bottom comes out, and you just lift that all up out of the way because it's actually not part of the suspension. It's just holding the wheel. I guess it's camber, I don't know, one of them. And then I use the ball joint press tool, which obviously I used for that ball joint up front. And I just had to make just a sleeve that would fit over so it wouldn't damage the surface on there. And then took the rubber off. So now, and a bit of heat and a bit of whacking on it and stuff, and in she goes. And that's super easy. So if it was daytime and I had energy and it wasn't the end of the day, and I had done it before, like if I had to do the other side now, it'd probably take about half an hour, because I know exactly the tools you need. You know, that's how it goes, right? I'm sure some shop somewhere would say, oh, I could do that in 10 minutes and blah, blah, blah. But, well, I'm laying on my back and I don't have a lift, and so that's what's happening there. Anyway, super easy. I did put some Never Seas in there to kind of just like help it lubricate its way in there, but it's pretty tight. She ain't going anywhere. And it has those two ears that flop down on, can you see it there? Those guys. So, and that's the bolt that goes through it. So once that slides over there, she ain't going nowhere. I have also been tinkering on the 6-shooter here. So we were down on compression on #1 cylinder after the season there. And that's why I didn't have a video of that last night, because everything kind of went down the poop chute there after the first race. So this cylinder here, the exhaust valve was leaking and wasn't building any compression, and took the heads in, did a head job in. Regal Automotives in Tauranga did it for me. It did a really nice job. Great guys in there. So if you need any engine machining work, definitely check them out. So they did a vacuum test on them, and they found that this exhaust valve was not doing so hot. So they just lapped them in and everything was good. Skimmed them, put her back in, new gasket set, new bolts, obviously, always replace the bolts. Yeah, so did compression check on that just yesterday, and we're all 150, 155, 56-ish, so that's like bang on. So that's good. Used the old water pump. We didn't bother changing that because it was pretty much new anyways, it looked like. But, so it's all back together. Except now I gotta change the flex plate, so that'll be next. Maybe I'll show a little video on that. It is really just swing it out of the way and bolt on the new flex plate. So that's the deal there. I think we've had a lot of issues with these, and I think one, we've been using used ones, and the other thing is that because it's like a sprint car, no clutch in there. So you put the rear end in gear for the race, and we just use the starter motor. And of course you pushing the car forward on the starter motor to get it fired. And that, I think that puts a lot of stress on these bolts. And one of the guys we run with, the 16M, Shane, that's actually Weatherford Electric, that's his company. He's got a 6-bolt crank, and he doesn't seem to have any issues, maybe because there's a bit more meat in between the bolt holes. But these 8 bolts seem to not last very long, and they either crack or they warp from the pressure. Anyways, we'll throw that in there in the next few days, and then start getting her back in action, because the season is on its way. October, long labor weekend, October, or whatever weekend it's called here. Anyways, first race of the season up in Waikareka in Auckland, so gotta have her ready for that. Hey, like I said, short video. Still super busy with work. We got a whole bunch of projects on the go that have been taking a lot of time. But anyways, Explorer, put this knuckle back together and then take it back in for its re-inspection. And then that'll be that for another season. My parents are coming out to visit, so we snagged on this little unit here. I'll have a few videos on that guy. It's a 2000 Honda Civic with a 1.5 liter. Apparently, North America, you guys didn't get the 1.5 liter. Got to do a cam belt, water pump deal on this guy. And it's got a really weird stutter when it's idling, and then it kind of shudders when you go to take off. But once you get up past 1,000 RPM or 1,500 RPM, she sings, no problem. So if anyone's got info on that, comment below, let me know what I should do. There's no codes or nothing on the dash. There was a whole bunch of funny business with CO2 or O2 sensors and stuff, which had been done before I got it. All the codes are off, and it doesn't code when I drive it, no matter how many times I go. So my next kind of thought on that is I take it down to the Honda dealership where they can tell me that it's no good and I need to buy a new car. Or maybe they'll actually tell me what it's doing, because they can put it on their fancy do scope or whatever and maybe see what's happening. Anywho, hey, like the video, subscribe to the channel, check me out on the Insta What's It. It's at RustyBobs204. I haven't been posting on there either. I have been shirking online responsibility, and it actually hasn't been bad. But hey, we'll get back at her here, and it's coming to summer too, so obviously you want to see me in the short pants. So hey, till next time.